So today I'm going to talk a little bit about EDC, or everyday carry, and just as a little preface for this video, this is a little bit more just like one shot, one take kind of thing. A lot of my videos in the past have been like super, I don't know, like planned out and edited for a long time, and like all of this trying to be polished and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, I think it's always great to see like higher quality videos and stuff, but that's really kept me from even getting content out at all, which is not good. I mean, it's fine. Like, no one really cares. I have like 15 whole subscribers, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, let's actually talk about what this video is about. So EDC, or everyday carry, is kind of this term that people have come up with to describe a community, or just a thing that people have done for a long time, but it didn't really have a label until I think somewhat recently. I don't know how old the term is, but it pretty much just means what you carry with you every day, and what you wear, what you keep in your pockets, that sort of thing. And I don't know, for me it's just an interesting subject, because I think it's really interesting to see like what different people carry and value, and the amount of money people put into it. Some of it's crazy, and I think it really reflects your personality, just like what you like to have on you. And yeah, I don't know, it's just interesting. I personally really like researching different brands and different I don't know, just like random items. Like when I bought my camera, I researched for days and days, just like all of the specs and all that kind of stuff just really intrigues me, like materials and design and all of that. And I don't know, I obviously have opinions, and I think YouTube is a great way to kind of express that, and it's a good community. Like, there should be, I guess, back and forth. If it's just like you consuming all the time, then it's not really a conversation, if that makes sense. So this is kind of me wanting to initiate that, and yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about what I have on the table. This is just like, I guess, what I carry on a regular basis, and what I've carried changes a little bit day to day, obviously, but even recently I got a job in general contracting and construction, so I started definitely wanting to carry knives when I go to work, and multi-tools and that sort of thing. So before, it was kind of like I had no need to like strap a multi-tool onto my belt and carry that every day. It would be kind of silly, because I wouldn't really have any good use for it. But now it's like, okay, that's something that I legitimately use like once an hour or something when I'm at work. So it's like, at least, so it's, I don't know, something that's more useful. And I do think it's funny, like a lot of the stuff that people carry, like EDC or whatever, it's stuff that just realistically is not even going to fit in all of your pockets, and even if it did, it'd be really impractical. So I don't know, I think people take it a little bit further than what they legitimately carry every day. But I don't know, it's just about those items, and I think they're a cool thing to have conversations about, because in general they're like smaller, not like as a hobby, what knives or watches or multi-tools you carry, even pens, that's not like motorcycles or cars, or I don't know, some really expensive hobby, although it can be very expensive if you want it to be. It's just like on a smaller scale, and something that I think is really personal to people once you kind of compile the different items that they're carrying, it becomes very unique and almost like an artistic expression. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit about what I have on the table. First, I'll start out with my phone. I'll just go left to right for me. iPhone 8, and I have the mouse case on it, which they're like some British brand who I saw commercials for, and the commercial was good and convincing, so I was like, I'll try it out. It's like $40. But I really like it. I drop it all the time, not because I'm like particularly clumsy, although maybe I am with my phone, but yeah, it's stood up really well. I did have to super glue it back together, but I also have kind of a smaller. I didn't get the plus size this time around for phone. I've had a plus size phone before, but I like the smaller size because it fits better in my pocket and it's not super heavy, and I like to think that it kind of motivates me to not be on my phone as much, like watching videos and that sort of thing. The next tool over here, we have my old Gerber suspension, my Multitool. I've been carrying this a lot recently, and have had it for a long time, as you can see with the scratches. I don't know why this camera's not focusing. Should be. There we go. It just doesn't focus super close. Because I have the Canon over here recording the video of my face. Maybe I should switch it the other way around. But yeah, here's my suspension, and I'm really excited because I'm actually replacing this later this week. I ordered a Leatherman Wave, and that's coming in the mail soon, so I'm really excited, and we'll almost definitely make a video about that, if not multiple videos. But yeah, the suspension is a pretty heavy little multi-tool, all outside accessible tools, just your standard I guess multi-tool plier kind of layout, and I don't know, I'm not going to talk too much specifically. If I talked about the specifics of everything I have on the table, that would take obviously more than 10 or 15 minutes. I'm already at 8.5. But yeah, it's like a decently solid tool, especially I probably picked this up for like $30 or something, $40. And it's lasted pretty well for my everyday tasks. But I guess since I'm going to be using a multi-tool a lot more with my job, I figure it's worth the upgrade if it's something I carry every day. My nautical wallet, this guy is pretty fat, and I'm looking to upgrade or downgrade, or I don't know, just get something slimmer to carry all my stuff. My Casio, this is a Casio W217H. As you see, I had to look at the back just to know the model number. I'm not as much into watches, which is part of the reason why I picked this, and kind of why I like it, because it's so simple, and it just shows you the time. You can see it really quickly. Goodness gracious, it's taking forever to autofocus. I'm sorry. Focus. Wow. I might have to edit out just how much it's not focusing. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so I really like how it's just simple. It does the very basic things you need a watch to do. It has a timer, it has a stopwatch, an alarm, that kind of thing. I don't really even use the alarm, but just has the basics that you need. I also have a Fossil watch somewhere around here. Yeah, it's over here. You can see this was my only watch that I had for a long time, and I like it, and it's a nice watch for sure, but I didn't like that it's analog and doesn't have any of the numbers on it, so it just takes a while to read, even if you know how to read a watch. And I mean, I'm talking the difference between like reading your watch in 1 second and reading it in 5 or something, which obviously is not that much, but it adds up. And I don't know, I just love the simplicity of this, and it's lighter and waterproof. Unlike that leather band, I can wear it whenever and get sweaty and on my runs and that sort of thing. But just good all around watch, and I'll probably do a review on this guy too at some point, or just like Casio watches in general, because I think they're super cool. This guy, this is my Kaiser Active Bantam. This is the knife that I've been carrying most every day lately, and she's a beauty. I picked her up for $80 on Blade HQ. The style was discontinued, or the design was, and I was like, oh man, that's like a $200 knife, and I really wanted something that was a little bit more premium, and this is full titanium construction with the scales and everything, and S35 VN steel for the blade, so just some really good materials, and the fit and finish is so good. The blade is centered perfectly, and it actually has a detent, unlike all the knives that I was used to before. So it just kind of gave me a taste of like what a nice knife should feel like, and I really do like it. My one complaint is probably that it's a little bit small for my hands. I have really big hands, and as you can kind of see, it kind of gets lost in there, and I mean it works, but I would like something a little larger, like I'm saving them for like a PM2 or a Shaman or something like that. Here I have a Lever Gear Multitool tool card thing that was gifted to me from my mom. This is another kind of everyday gadget that you'll see just kind of exists in the or like this type of gadget exists a lot in the EDC world, because there's definitely a market for gadgets that people can carry that are small and made of steel, and I think that's where a lot of the competition kind of comes in. Like, what can you do with a small object that you can use for a lot of different things in your life? I think that's kind of the beauty of EDC. And lastly, on the table, I have this Pentel Click 2. I think it's a Pentel Click anyway. Mechanical pencil. One thing that I really want to get into in EDC that I don't really do at all is, or have like nice versions of, I guess, are like pens and pencils. I think that's a cool thing to have on you all the time. And this is what I've carried for the past like 2 or 3 years with school and stuff, and had every day. And it's my favorite, just cheap pencil design. And I actually stabbed myself in the hand with it, just trying to get it up on. I like caught it on the edge of my desk and stabbed myself, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty stupid, but I've been really fascinated doing research on different EDC pens, like the tactile turn bolt action pens. I really want one of those, and Fisher Space pens, like all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's kind of an overview of some things that I carry now and some things that I want to get into. But I just thought it'd be interesting to do a video on that and talk a little bit about it, and kind of introduce the idea of everyday carry, as it's something that I really want to do more videos in the future on, especially on specific objects and things that I buy, like that wave next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any thoughts about it, leave a comment. Yeah, have a good day.